Matt, a goalless draw against Forest Green this afternoon, would you say that was a fair result?
On the scale of the game, yeah. I thought first half they were the better team. I thought we had more intent, purpose and field position in the second half. Neither team could just quite get that opening. It often happens when the formations are like that. It's almost a match-up all over the pitch, and they moved the ball better than we did first half and utilised the space a little better than we did. But second half we were where we needed to be, just without the actual end to it. But I felt that was two good teams on show.
It was one of those games where, aside from a few chances, most of the chances from both sides came from outside the box, so that's credit to both defences.
Yeah, look, they're both back threes, both midfield threes, so more than likely the space was going to be on the outside of the pitch, and in terms of where we are personnel at the moment, we couldn't quite push to the change we needed, but we grew into the game. I just wanted us to start with more aggression, more endeavour in that first half, and we gave them a little bit too much respect in that first period, and they had too much of the ball. Second half we simplified it in terms of getting after the ball and getting after the opposition, and we gained a better position on the pitch off the back of that, and we're hoping a chance falls to one of your players will be clinical in that moment, but it never really happened for either team.
A word on Alex Hartridge. Once again he's ended up with a bandage around his head, which shows how much he puts his body on the line.
I think there was 3 or 4 that sort of collision, full-blooded League Two encounter. I want him to head more balls than he did today, and if he doesn't head the ball and head the opposition player, it's pretty simple, but it felt like both teams were competing everywhere in relation to that, and that's probably why it was a physical game.
A debut for Kyle Taylor as well, fairly decent performance from him. Yeah,
steady I'd say. I think there's a lot more to come from Kyle once he get used to our ways of playing, and as the game went on, obviously I took Tim off, so I had to look after Kyle to a certain extent and hold the middle of the pitch, and sometimes the game bypassed him a little bit, but he's a technical player and a ball player, and we need to keep getting on the ball because we need to open up defences, so we'll see a lot more from Kyle in the coming weeks.
Well, we spoke in the pre-match interview for this game about the amount of goals that Forest Green have scored this season, but we seem to do really well to nullify that threat, particularly from Jamil Matt this afternoon.
He's a handful. The goal stats don't lie in relation to their start to the season. But we want to keep packing a punch ourselves, and like I say, they had the better of the first half. We felt we had the better of the second half, and when the defences weren't quite there, then maybe a goalkeeper was there as well. But there wasn't a sort of lack of effort. There might have been a lack of quality at times. But then, if you've got two quality teams, they can sometimes cancel each other out.
And Sam Nombe, he can't be far away from his first goal. He did everything but score this afternoon.
Yeah, look, he's a handful, he's raw. He needed a better service, he got that second half. First half, him and Podge were a little bit isolated, but you saw his physical rawness and his disruption against centre halves. We just needed to give him a bit more freedom in relation to that first period of the game, and sometimes he creates his own chances, but we've got a responsibility as a team to create chances for him, and like I say, we're sometimes a little bit lopsided with Jake playing on the left hand side, but we still want to get to certain areas of the pitch and work the space, so work to do, but not too disheartened with the result.
Away from this game, I know you were down at Plymouth yesterday afternoon to watch the under-23 game. A great result for them and a great 6-game group stage coming up.
Yeah, that was the most important part of yesterday. I mean, it's great to beat your local rivals, but in terms of the team we had out, more experience for our 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and then they'll get more and more experience with 6 guaranteed good games. I think there's a game on Tuesday and then the following Wednesday, so they come thick and fast, and we'll use them for more minutes for Colin Daniels, and hopefully maybe in the next few weeks we'll see an Archie Collins or a Josh Coley or even a Sam Stubb in playing in a game like this, because we can't throw them straight in. They'll need a game of some sort, so it's great because it's guaranteed fixtures.